What's going on, everybody? PojiForce here. You're watching PojiForce Plays. The war for Golden Sands is still ongoing, with both the hunters and the servants doing everything they can to assure victory for their side. The rivalry is so strong that you can even find propaganda posters promoting each side, though most major content creators seem to be on the servants' path in support of the Reaper's bones. I am not one such player. I chose the hunter's path, and have been fighting hard to ensure Golden Sands returns to the light. There hasn't been much promoting done from my side, though, and a lot of the talk across the aisle is that the hunters aren't even fighting for their points, that they're all using Alliance service to score all their points. Rest assured, these accusations are without merit, and I'll prove it with a story. The other day, I was sailing with Lando and Pinto on a brigantine, collecting supply crates to deliver to Merrick. We saw a Reaper 5 brigantine on the map, and noticed that they appeared to be at a nearby skull fort. We'd kind of been itching for a fight, so we decided that we'd take this war a little more directly. The Reapers had just completed the fort as we arrived, and Lando cannoned over to board. From the water, he noted that they seemed completely caught off guard by our arrival, which seemed to indicate that they weren't really checking the horizon. He also said they seemed to be peaceful as they weren't immediately aggressive, but I told him when they're Reaper 5, flying the Reaper's mark, with a Soul Flame rowboat no less, there is no room for peace. They weren't given much time to think about it, since soon our cannons were raining down upon them. The Reapers did manage to get underway before Lando was able to get aboard, and unfortunately our sail management was a little off and we ended up crashing into the island, as well as leaving Lando behind. So although we got the drop on them, we were already not to a great start. Lando tried to get a mermaid, but ended up stuck on a black screen, so it'd be just me and Pinto for the moment. Fortunately, I had received some training from the legendary Pei Ray himself on how to helm in Sea of Thieves, so I was able to correct our course and find ourselves in hot pursuit of our target. A rapid exchange of shots on the waves left both our ships hurting, and Lando had still not managed to make his way back aboard, leaving just me on top, while Pinto desperately tried to keep us afloat below deck. While I brought us around to once again bring the brigantine into our broadsides, Lando had finally returned to the ship, and Pinto joined him in raining lead upon our enemies. Eventually, they made the biggest mistake on Sea of Thieves, which was going nose in through our broadsides. Lando and I took down both of their masts with chain shots, and I disrupted them further with a weary ball before putting more cannonballs into their hull. Lando once again went over to board them, but got taken out pretty much immediately. We were now death spiraling the other brig, though they found themselves able to land shots on our ship, and Pinto was forced to retreat below deck to repair. So once again, it was just me alone on the top deck. One of the Reapers tried to board, and I took them out with a blunderbuss.
I need help.
And then a unique opportunity presented itself. Of course, my crew didn't much like me detonating kegs that close to the ship. No. Their cannon rowboat was pointed at me. I blew it up. I know, but I think it hit them more. Still, it did more damage to them than to us. And almost immediately after, I one-balled someone on their ship. Somehow during all of that, our opponents got their masts back up, and while we were raining more cannon fire down on them, they opened their back mast and started to flee. I started lobbing blunderbombs at them, and just as they got their aft turned to us to run, I killed another person with the bombs, which someone on the other crew seemed to find hilarious. But with two of their crew now dead, and their ship riddled with holes, they were no longer able to keep themselves afloat, and the ship sank to the bottom of the sea. And as they sank, I made sure to let them know exactly why we went after them. For Golden Suns! There was a lot of loot aboard their ship, and a lot more at the fort where we first encountered them. They didn't stick around after being sunk either, forcing a server merge. And that wasn't the first or last server merge we had that day. So although the adventure will be wrapping up tomorrow, the lesson to take is this: that we hunters aren't passive. We're called hunters for a reason. And all of you reapers are carrying a nice little target on the back of your boats. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to extend congratulations to Lando, who this past Monday on livestream joined the ranks of the Pirate Legends. It's been great fun sailing with him and fighting for Golden Sands together. Here's to many more voyages to come. But that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, I am PoGForce, and stay awesome, everyone. I'll catch you later.
You would actually stop playing too soon. Fortunately, I was still playing. Dan, come down into the secret hideout.